Hi YouTube, Darth here. This is Over Your Shoulder, where I follow unsuspecting players and give unsolicited advice and commentary. Today's victim is FPSIDrast1c, a level 140 Recon aficionado with almost 1,000 hours using the bolt actions. Which, spoiler alert, comes as a bit of a surprise to me based on my observations today. As I follow over Drastic's shoulder, I'll call out all the good things, the bad things, and the things I might do differently. So let's take a look over Drastic's shoulder. Alright, let's see what we're going on here. It looks like he jumped in that transport helicopter that was taking some fire here. I would say that Operation Whiteout is rather notorious for having lots and lots of players that love to play the little bird. So you want to keep that one down as much as possible. I would show you his loadout, but we're not going to be able to see that right now. It'd be kind of neat if transport helicopters could have a loadout, but not this battlefield. Decent enough job flying it. Keeping it steady enough for gunners to get some work done, but not so steady that it gets blown up in one shot by a lucky rocket. Looks like Echo's moving currently. We're going to put this thing down and possibly get out on foot, or we're just going to fly around all game. Time will tell. Looks like we threw a sniper around there. Not much else going on. I'd probably try to be looking for that sniper that tried to take a shot out of me here. Picking up a teammate here. Grabbed him, nabbed him, probably gonna head over to Foxtrot, it looks like. Plenty enemies here. It'd be a poor idea to just hang around with that many engineers on the ground. You can see at least one's trying to lock him up, manages to get the shot in, probably manages to recover it here. I was gonna say probably not gonna recover it, but so far so good. And there's the non-recovery. So, finally on the ground with Drastic. We got the 338, a radio beacon, and I think I see where this is going. 338, 8x, rangefinder, straight pull. You'd never pick anything but the straight pull. I mean, what's your other choice? A bipod? Bipods in this game are terrible. Not enough lead on that one. Gonna miss it. Managed to get the spot bonus. See a couple of guys hanging out here. This is that one. And probably a little bit more lead needed. Man, I hate sniping. Nothing much you can do about that. Unless you want to play the hero and go in with the C4. This is the thing about bolt actions, is they kind of force this level of play, where you're just hanging out, doing pretty much nothing. Because of the defensive field upgrade. This is that guy by a wide margin. Not a great shot so far with the, what was this, the 338? Yeah, the 338. Kind of disappointed, actually, based on the gameplay I was watching in the last round when he was playing on Pearl Market, where he was tearing it up with the F2000. So far, not so good, and definitely not leading those targets enough. I realize that there's a little bit of a delay here because of spectator mode, but still, I don't think that's quite as much lead as it needs to be given. This map is starting to look like a blowout for their team. See what we got going on here. Managed to actually come up with a guy there. It took a pause a bit too long. Finally gets a little bit of attention from that BTR. Gets way too much attention, and that's lights out. So far, nothing too drastic going on. Gonna jump into the bomber. See if we can get something done here. I'm kind of curious to see where this goes in spectator mode. Apparently, well, there we go. Kind of worried we're gonna get nothing. Doesn't look like he has the cruise missile unlocked. And just sort of blindly drop some bombs over there. And, if you can pick up the cruise missile, definitely get it. Is that the last bomb? No, he actually does have the cruise missile. I would lead with the cruise missile, honestly. I like to lead with the cruise missile, get a disable on the armor, and then drop the bombs on it, because then you can make sure that you kill the armor in a pretty good single pass. Oh, he actually does manage to get it in that case. Very nice. And he's a douchebag. Yep. Ham it up. Oh, that is way too much. Way too much. You're gonna sprain something. And over the top. Looks like the BTR is coming in. Probably want to get some cover here. Makes a poor choice and gets knocked out. So some top quality play from Drastic so far. Managed to bomb a guy, teabag him, and now he's going to get his comeuppance again from a helicopter, it looks like. Maybe? There it is. Here we are on the ground, trying to clear the top, because no doubt you want to go back up there. So In this case on this map, I would probably be thinking about picking up a vehicle. I'm not a huge fan of Whiteout for infantry combat. Clearly it is a haven for snipers. Speaking of which, there's one right now, and that's the end of Drastic. Kind of surprised, given the sniper rifle we had there, that we didn't turn around and do anything. As I was saying, I'm a better fan of vehicles on this map as opposed to infantry combat. You can get away with it a little bit here at the center, and if you run Charlie Delta a bit, but the infantry combat's really poor on this map simply because of the wide open spaces. Again, it's a sniper haven. Looks like we are going for everybody's favorite sniper rifle. I think this thing took a bit too much of a hit in the last update that it received. I find it very difficult to get nearly as much work done with this thing, the railgun. I actually prefer the M82 because you can actually kill people with it, and you can't see anything in this whiteout. Good luck with that. You're going to do 15 damage, which is pretty much just going to make it angry. Spots for his teammates. Good on him in that respect. Let's see what we got going on here. Where his grenades go, looks like an M67 possibly. Nope, misses it again. Not a great sniper at that. So, kind of disappointed all around so far in Drastic's gameplay. Team's currently holding on, it looks like. Only about 70-point difference, funny enough. Kind of expected it to be worse. Take a look at the tabletop. Not much going on. Looks like an armor push going on at Foxtrot and another one coming up to Charlie here. Not sure where we're going with this. Can't see anything out that way. Nope. Still can't see anything. I'd probably be trying to get that C4 onto that BTR over there, because it seems like it's pretty distracted. He managed to get 13 damage into it, which is good enough for a kill assist, it seems. Not much going on over here, dude. Time to get on to the point. And starts getting shot at by a couple enemies here. Can't see anything, and gets taken out. So far, a really poor round in comparison. He went basically 60 and 15 in the last round. I'm kind of surprised to see such poor gameplay after being impressed the last time around. Gets an assist on that guy, kill assist 95. Exposes himself a little bit too much here, and he gets flanked. If I wanted to pick a kit that maybe would not be so great to run on this map, this would probably be the one. Simply because of that secondary he was running. Also a Magnum. Oh, nope, shot a little bit too late on that one. Because the Magnum is not going to help you too much in the close game unless you are really good with accuracy. He manages to catch one guy there, and with some quick action, manages to come up with that second guy. As I was saying, I like having a secondary that complements the range of my primary. So, for example, if I'm using a bolt action, I probably would pick either the shorty. I don't know what the hell is going on here. I would probably pick the shorty, the G18, to complement it. This... I don't know what's going on here. This is a recipe for death. I'd be watching that minimap to see if I actually got something going with that C4. Really don't know what he's doing here. Trying to just get away from that mess that he created. 5 health left. Yep, praying to Jesus that something came up with that. Nope, did not happen. You might have gotten it if you'd actually paid attention to the minimap, or if you had perhaps your larger map open. Going back to ye old camper spot. Taking some damage, possibly? Doesn't look like it. Still healing. Gotta get your beacon up so you can come right back. Looks like the other team has both of the light helicopters now. That's going to be trouble. Huge play mistake here. Jumps into the middle of a squad with a bolt action. Don't know what he was thinking there. So some poor all-around play there. Oh, definitely steal this. Yes. Yes, take this. Please take this. Thank you. What? Why was this left up here? The enemy team had both of these. Manages to get that guy. Maybe we'll see some decent little bird play. Let's see what we got here. Miniguns, laser guided. It's okay for this map. Get some armor taken care of. Ruin this thing. I can't believe it's not dead yet. Belt feeder and totally dead. Ugh. So maybe this is the first time with bolt actions. I'll have to check the guy's stats afterwards, and if it's not, I'm going to be real sad. We can kind of barely see an enemy over there taking a shot at him. Might as well if you have the bolt action on this map. Bolt actions are not a bad choice for this map. It's so wide open. I think I prefer a DMR, though, simply because it gives you a little more edge to be up close, kind of like in this situation. He manages to come up with a lucky shot, and of course you gotta get the teabag in because you got the lucky shot. Oh my god. Taking a look at the tabletop, it's about the same situation. Comes up with a guy there, it looks like. Sadly, I think we missed it. Might have gotten an assist or something. Did I get that guy? Nope. Not before he gets taken out. So, doing a little gunning action. Can't go wrong here, right? Doesn't manage to come up with that guy. Let's see what we're running here. We had Iron V as we saw. Proxy scan, which is relatively okay. I've switched out for proxy scan in favor of the what is it called? Incendiary. I used it so much I totally forgot what it's called because I don't even look at the loadout anymore because I like Incendiary so much. Managed to get out of that death trap in time. What do we see going on here? Gonna try and come up with a few here. Aim not quite as good as it needs to be. He's gonna get taken out by that chopper in about half a second here. Manages to get one before he goes though. So far, Drastic has been really bad about sticking to cover when it comes to covering his shots. There have been a lot of times where he could have lived if he had only managed to cover his shot rather than trying to chase the kill, and here is another example. So just way too much action over there for a bolt action. It's honestly where bolt actions fall down, is when there's a lot of action up close, you want to play the objective. They need some love. In Battlefield 3, they were good. In Battlefield 4, not so much. This is probably not the best spot to try to do this from, but let's see what we do. You could probably get a couple of rounds in on that. Manage to shoot it down. Aim's a little off. Not in time for that one. Here's where I'd be looking at my big map to try and figure out where I can go to get some free kills. Get back to him. There we go. Looks like trouble over here. See, 1, 2, 3 pieces of armor. Oh my god. Oh, come on. Now you're just trying to fail with this thing. Chasing that kill, shooting those marshmallows. Maybe you'll come up with it one day here. Nope, not good enough. Just barely enough for a kill assist. Another thing you should be doing with this is mashing that Q button, spotting for friendlies if you can't manage to kill them, at least. This thing's on fire. Looks like it's taking some hit points of damage, not sure from what. It's about to run out of juice here. Nope, you're not going to be able to kill that guy before this thing's done. Yep, there it goes. Accomplishing so much, let me tell you what. The enemy team felt the tickle of that Accipiter. Probably would have stuck that perhaps under this, just so you could... Nah, it's not even a good spot for it, because the enemies are going to find that thing pretty quick. I have no idea how you expected that to hit that guy. I mean, it's always worth taking the shot, but at the same time, that was a huge miss. I gotta say that this is some really underwhelming play as a Recon. He's gotten a very teeny handful of kills, even at long range like this, and at the same time, I don't think he's actually captured a single point so far this round. I mean, he's playing the kit, but at the same time, I'd probably pick something else. Something like an SKS, if I was gonna play Recon. An SKS, a Beacon, and C4. He's part of the way there. I probably would pick a better secondary. And I definitely would be trying to push these objectives right now. Team's doing a pretty good job of it. Here comes that helicopter. Manages to duck, but still gets taken out. So now we see the master plan. Put down the Recon radio beacon so you can come on up here, do your camping. Now, of all the points you could probably be doing this at, this is definitely probably one of the better ones for bolt action. Manages to miss that one. Can't seem to hit anybody on the move. I think he hit him in the toe that time. Nope. 79. Could have easily gotten 100 on that. Holding down shift, I hope. Nope. Missed him on both of those shots. Definitely should have hit that guy because he was completely stationary. What do I got going on here? Are you kidding me? Wow. Okay. My first bit of advice would be to never play Recon again. Okay, that's mean. My first bit of advice here would be to definitely work on your aim. I think I might be questioning what kind of setup he has for sensitivity at long range, because I feel like he's either under-aiming or over-aiming a lot of these shots, and not seeing too much sway. So yeah, he's definitely holding his breath there at the end, but it's not coming up with those shots. Maybe this is an off night. Doesn't feel like it. Might end up getting this guy. I don't know. Well, No reason not to take the shot. There we go. Oh, still missing it. Wow. Just, no, not able to come up with those shots. Are we hitting the ramp, I wonder, here? And are we just sort of ignoring the fact that bullets have dropped now? Let's have a look here. Nope, not hitting the ramp there. Managed to suppress that guy. So, not a lot of help for his team here in any way, shape, or form. Let's see how he's doing on the scoreboard here. Coming in 8th place, which I feel bad for everybody that's after that, considering how much we're getting done here. Manages to finally come up with a guy on the 3rd shot. Sniper war. I kind of wonder what we're running here for our perk. Kind of looks like we're running sniper by how long he's able to hold his breath there. Finally manages to come up with somebody. Again, 3rd shot. Probably want to pick a weapon with a... Have we finally turned it on? Have we turned on the aim? Oh, man. There'd be so many other things I'd be doing right now on this map other than this. I think after I had that first half of this round that was so abysmal, I would have given up on that. And that's really one thing that you have to consider is if you have an abysmal first half of your round and you continue to do the same thing for the second half of it, you kind of have to question, do you have the right strategy here? How many times have we fired now? 4 or 5? And managed to come up with nothing? And now we've attracted a whole bunch of helpers here. That maybe are coming up with more than he is. Nope, missed that one. Nope, missed that one. Nope, missed that one. You're not even under threat here, and you didn't get it until the 4th shot. Like, this is the perfect setup if you want to sort of practice. And this guy's going to clean up so many snipers here. Go Scripta. Or SK Ripta? Yeah, whichever it is. So here we are back at this point. Looks like the air threat is gone. How this team is winning with so many snipers is beyond me. And again, we get our setup down below. Nothing going on there. Again, here we are in the great wide open, managing to miss a shot, doing nothing for our team, and getting taken out by the guy that came to find you. Gonna pull the shooting time. There we go. Whew. Almost missed your spot. Almost missed your spot. So, here's the other thing about bolt actions is if you miss your shots that often, I can guarantee that people are going to be coming for you if you stand in a stationary position. I managed to come up with one here. Finally getting a couple of kills. Oh, he's on fire now. This is where the flames start coming out of him. So Drastic actually managed to use this good position on top of this structure to push that infantry assault off of Charlie. Now, if he had managed to play that hot all around, I'd probably be a lot kinder to him. As it stands, it looks like most of his teammates have done the work in this round by putting the US team up by about 210 points. I'm not really sure where this fell apart for the Russians. I don't think the Russian team has it in them to come back against this unstoppable bit of sniping up here. A little bit of a kill streak now, so maybe we finally figured out what the range and performance of this weapon is. One can hope. Again, maybe a little bit more exposed than necessary. You can see one over there. Until then, does that one late. Oh, please come up with this. I can't believe it. Oh, that is the saddest thing ever. So, usually I try not to be this harsh to people. But when you don't play the objective in Conquest, and you're not very good at sniping, I kind of have to let you have it for that. I don't know what he was planning with that. I don't think it was going to work, though. Taking plenty more damage here. At this point, I would have given up the ghost. And somehow that UCAV didn't manage to take out 2 people up here, strangely enough. Missing these guys. Yeah, this is going well in favor of the US team at this point. They're super lucky that they have some people actually playing the objective on their team. Or that the enemy team is that much worse at playing the objective, which is hard to imagine. I can't believe he missed that. Well, no, actually I can at this point. I'm pretty sure he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. I mean, I kind of hope this is a practice round, because if this is the way you play Recon all the time, there's definitely some serious work that could be done on the game. First off, definitely got to work on finding better cover. Yeah, I would say this is the first time with this weapon, but he's clearly spent some time with it because he's got that rangefinder and straight pull. And the UCAV does its dirty work. Back on the ground. Gonna get a kill? No, just an assist. So, every now and again, everybody has a bad game. But there are some consistent behaviors that I'm seeing here that are not very good. First off, if we're going to use the bolt action, we have to cover those shots better. Don't make it easy for the other players and snipers by giving them access to your entire body. Find a rock to stand behind. It also seems like we're lacking a little bit of map awareness, as we almost ran into that LAV right there, and there was a time earlier where we got flanked by an easy-to-predict enemy route. And right now we see there's a lot of dead bodies on the ground, but we're panicking and rushing into harm's way anyway, and this guy is going to end him quite easily. Thankfully, though, the rest of the US team seems to have picked up the slack. So an exceptionally rough game for Drastic, and kinda surprising given how well he did in the game prior to this one. Based on this round, I think the top 3 things to work on are number 1, covering the shots, number 2, map awareness, and number 3, working on the aim because it's clearly lacking based on these examples. Perhaps adjusting settings are in order. In any case, that's it for this episode of Over Your Shoulder. I didn't know quite what to expect coming into this episode, and I was a little bit surprised looking at his stats after the fact that he's such an experienced sniper. If you'd like a shot at being on a future episode of Over Your Shoulder, be sure to contact me using one of the methods in the details below. I'm a PC player, so unfortunately I can't spectate consoles. If you're new around here, please check out my channel and consider subscribing. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, YouTube.